Let me ask you a question. Do you think hell is scarier or the universe is scarier? Some celestial bodies in the universe are scarier than hell. I'm sure there are people out there who have thought about the scale of the universe. The thought of the boundless void, a terrifying black hole that can completely erase matter. There are also trillions of distant and mysterious exoplanets. You feel a chilling fear in your bones. Today we are going to talk about 6 super scary exoplanets. Their environment is scarier than hell. So alone in the universe, some have even puzzled astronomers. The first one is the 7 arms of COROT. This planet has very unusual precipitation. A planet that is always rocky. Ordinary umbrellas can't stop it at all. Unless it's made of titanium. It is about 1.5 times larger than the Earth, about 1.50 billion years old. It's still close to us. It's only 489 light years across. When it was first discovered in 2019, scientists believe it is the first developed planet similar to Earth. However, scientists have classified it as an uninhabitable planet. The probability of life existing is 0%. If you are lucky enough, you can see the sunrise on this planet. It will be the last act of your life. Because as the sun rises over the horizon, the moment you see the sun, you will be burned to ashes immediately. Clutter's 7 arms are 60 times closer to his heart than we are to the sun. This makes his star appear to be 360 times larger than our sun. The sun side of the planet can soar to 2,600 degrees Celsius. This is enough to melt and evaporate rocks. But then something magical happened. Rocks that are heated and evaporate into the upper atmosphere. When it encounters cold air, it condenses into fine gravel. Then it forms rocks and rains down on the ground. Theoretical model shows you could see an entire ocean of magma on this planet. And it got even worse. The planet is tidally locked. It is always the area of fire and brimstone that faces the heart. The other side is freezing cold. Surface temperatures can drop to minus 235 degrees Celsius. Astronomers believe that Clutter 7.1 may begin at the time of the 7-state giant planet, 100 times larger than the Earth. But as he got closer to being cruel, the ruthless wind blew his outer layer of gas thin little by little. In the end, only the core of rock remains. This is the sad past of Clutter's 7 arms. But things are not getting any better now. Although the next terrifying planet does not have the hellish environment of the Crater 7, but definitely a place you never want to be near in your life. If you try to log in to J1407b, first you have to go through endless rings of rock and ice. The sight of these 7 giant stars is easily reminiscent of Saturn, because he is also surrounded by a huge halo. It's only 200 times wider than Saturn's rings. Saturn has only 3 main rings. This 1407b has 30 rings. That adds up to more than 110 million miles wide. Far more than the distance from the Earth to the Sun. There is a high probability that such a large ring was formed because the satellites of the planet were torn apart. Scientists believe that J1407b is 10 to 40 times the mass of Jupiter. Such a powerful prophet is enough to tear satellites apart. Another theory is that J1407b is not a gaseous star. It's the protostar that Keme grew into. There's no scientific consensus. I don't know how to classify these objects. Supporting him is another reason for Wei Changchun's cruelty. He's orbiting the main star, rather than orbiting a common center of attractive force like a binary system. So here's the interesting thing. The mass of these massive halos is only 734 x 10 or 21 tons. Almost the mass of the Earth. A lot of amazing and scary worlds may have happened in the history of 1407b. One of them may have collided with a moon with a mass between Earth and Mars. The mark of this impact is a large gap in his halo. Thanks to these gaps, scientists discovered the planet using a zero-day observation method. Also figured out the size and position of the halo. The rings are already spectacular. If only I could stand on J1407b or his satellite. I guess my jaw will drop. And this next planet I'm going to talk about, it's about 80 light years from the Sun. Also known as one of the loneliest stars in the universe. PSO J31 8.5 to 22. The cool thing about this planet is that it doesn't go around anything sideways. PSO J318 belongs to a special class of planets. It's called a rogue planet, or orphan planets, or nomadic planets. They were kicked out of the original planetary system, just wandering around in the endless void. So here's the interesting thing. With no stellar light interference, scientists can directly observe his brilliance. This planet is 8 times larger than Jupiter. It's much brighter. You can see by its brightness change. The planet rotates once every 5 hours. The atmosphere has several layers. Clouds can be thick or thin. It's around 800 degrees centigrade. Astronomers working at the European Southern Observatory have used new technology to observe, and the first reasonably accurate weather forecast for an object outside our solar system. The planet will be a cloudy and very warm place. There are dust storms several times faster than the factor. There may be iron rain. This planet is about 12 million years old. Scientists still don't know how such planets formed. But presumably they either failed to turn into heartless other planets, or kicked out by the attractive forces of other planets in a young planetary system. Once out of the original attractive force, you can't go back. Can only float in the universe, until pulled by an attractive force from another star system. This also makes the classification of such planets difficult. Many scientists think they should be called Yach dwarfs. It means in a state of overdrive. Not counting stars, it's not the gas giant we know it to be. Although scientists have recorded many rogue planets, but this is just the beginning. The future of these amazing interstellar objects is sure to bring more jaw-dropping discoveries. The next planet I want to introduce is WASP-12b, a planet that scientists say is doomed to die. It's impossible to stay on his surface. The main reason is that the planet is being torn apart by the main center. All the fragments were thrown into the universe. From a characteristic point of view, WASP-12b goes to planets in 10 gaseous states. That's about twice the radius of Jupiter. But not like Jupiter orbiting the Sun once every 12 years. WASP-12 arms circle the main shape in just one day. At this speed, the surface of the planet generates super strong tidal forces. Pulled it out of shape. Scientists deposit very accurately, this planet is more like an egg than a sphere. They don't think the planet will last much longer. It will completely disintegrate in 10 million years at most, into clouds of gas and dust, slowly swallowed by stars. And in the process of exchanging matter with the star, the planets are speeding up. Previously, scientists thought that this exchange of matter could only happen between stars. WASP-12b is the first system shape to be confirmed to have this phenomenon. The surface temperature skyrocketed to 2,260 degrees Celsius. There can be no mystery on the surface. But 5 years after he was discovered, Hubble detects signs of water flow using spectroscopy. To find water in this environment is outrageous. Another surprising finding is that if this planet had a solid surface, possibly composed of graphite and diamonds, because its ingredients, it's incredibly dense. Some media even nicknamed him Diamond Planet. But now scientists are more inclined to believe that Most of that carbon is in the atmosphere in the form of carbon monoxide and methane. In addition, a 2012 study revealed that this planet may have a moon, WASP 12BB1. The radius is about 6.4 times that of the Earth, only 3 times smaller than the planet itself. We can only guess the surface market environment of this satellite, but probably better than his shredded neighbor. The next planet is a mystery. He's the former heartbeat, also known as Dago. This is a distant world that doesn't exist. Are you curious? How to go back to 2004? The Hubble telescope has discovered a massive disk of icy debris. It's full of gas and dust. All kinds of guesses came up at that time. Some people say there might be a planet in it. That's 3 times the size of Jupiter. But scientists have never really seen the giant planet. He should have circled fallen rock. This is one of the brightest stars in the night sky, not far from us. It's 25 light years, twice the radius of the sun. The study found that Deegan's acting weird. It's getting faster all the time. 4 years later, in 2008, word has it that a photo of Deegan was taken. This caused quite a stir in the scientific community. The results confirmed. The planet is much smaller than previously estimated. The mass is between Earth and Mars. Dago in red. The light in the outer band is very dim, and it has no effect on the shard ring of Beluoshiman. This means that the mass is very small. And here's what's even weirder. The object is getting fainter. It gets bigger and bigger. And the orbital motions didn't match up. And this completely baffled the scientists. The astronomical community has never seen anything like this. In 2014, something outrageous happened. Deegan just disappeared. Although he has been observed since 2008. But then he got bigger and bigger. It gets darker. Finally completely disappeared. This is completely contrary to what scientists know about the shape of plays. They have to revisit the data. Draw a subversive conclusion that Deegan doesn't exist at all. The new theory put forward by scientists is the celestial body that was previously regarded as an exoplanet. It's actually a slowly dissipating dust cloud. It was formed after the violent collision of 2 asteroids or planetary embryos. This finding is even more outrageous. Such a small celestial body collision is actually extremely rare. The collision probably happened in 2004. That's when the Hubble telescope was looking around the North Lodestone Gate. This is the first coincidence. Over time, dust slowly spreads. This explains why celestial bodies seem to be getting bigger and bigger. It's getting darker. This is the second coincidence. And the dust cloud formed by the collision. It also explains why his orbit is so strange. That's the third coincidence. A string of outrageous coincidences confused the astronomers and made up a legend about the mysterious and bizarre planet Dagon. He doesn't look like a planet. They don't move like planets. It's not in an elliptical orbit around its center like a planet. Instead, run farther and farther along the escape trajectory. Although behind the scenes, Paul B lost his identity as a Western exoplanet. But he remains a huge mystery. There may be more unknown celestial bodies waiting for us in the future. Finally, let's go to a planet that bears witness to the early days of the universe. Captain B is only 13 light years away. But the age is estimated to be 1150 billion years. That's about 2.5 times the size of the Earth. Only 2 billion years younger than the universe. But it's not just his age that amazes us. And all the years he's been around, everything that could have happened on the surface. His captain is a red dwarf star. So the light spectrum is unusual. Because of age, this cruel heart is only about 250 times as bright as the sun. It's about 1/4 the mass of the sun. So scientists say Captain B is in a heartless migration belt. Although it is very close, only 0.168 astronomical units, closer to the sun than Mercury, Theoretically, the surface temperature would keep the water liquid. It is estimated that the temperature of dark cotton is about -50 degrees Celsius. It's about 10 degrees centigrade on the sunny side. These parameters all affect the ESI. And that's the Earth Similarity Index. Captain B's ESI is 0.67, similar to KOI 456.101 and Kepler 62F. Both of these are popular candidates in the search for extraterrestrial life. Of course, age is not enough for life to appear, but it does greatly increase the likelihood of livability. The birth of life is a long and complex process. It took 450 billion years for life on Earth to evolve enough for you to watch this video now. That Captain B's 1150 billion years is enough to cleanse the microbes. Maybe over the years, there are ancient life forms secretly watching us for a long time.